So sometimes recovering from a catastrophe or a crisis can take some time. But nonetheless, our therapeutic work can be guided by the wisdom of a number of people. Charles Darwin, for example, who said, "It is not the strongest of our species that survives, nor is it the most intelligent that survives. It is the one most adaptive to change." And a quote probably familiar to most of you already from Viktor Frankl, the Austrian psychiatrist who'd spent 3.5 years in Nazi concentration camps in World War II, including Auschwitz. He said, between a stimulus and a response, there is a space. And that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. The last of human freedom is to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. And there are other ways that we can express the same wisdom about our own responsibility to choose our responses to events. Um, um, I attended a course just before the pandemic with a lady who said, catch the moment, make a choice. And the environmental activist Julia Hill says every moment has a choice. Every choice has an impact. And so, there's a trajectory for resilience right there. Catch the moment, make a choice. Every moment has a choice. Every choice has an impact. Dan Siegel talks about being able to monitor our experience so that we can modify it. And what's that lovely quote? John Kabat-Zinn says, you can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. So resilience, it's a capacity innate in the brain and its capacity for response flexibility. One of the functions of the prefrontal cortex, the center of executive functioning in the brain, is it allows us to shift gears and shift perspectives to see options perhaps we couldn't see before. So very often what we encourage in a therapeutic environment is that response flexibility that's innate in the brain that we can use to shift out of very automatic, habitual reactivity of our survival responses into a more skillful, flexible responsiveness to whatever is happening that we wish wasn't happening, to whatever is disturbing or distressing us in the moment. And that capacity to shift can be learned, it can be taught, it can be strengthened, it can be cultivated with a range of different approaches and techniques and so on that we learn about here.